minute. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. Well, alright. Um, Let me get this loaded up. Where's it at? There it is. Oh, that scared me. Scary. I had to set this stuff up. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
Okay. Let's get this going. Oh wait, but that's not what's supposed to be there. What? Hmm. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Hmm.
I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may be some new developments, but I don't know if they are linked to your mother. We have found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered, stabbed several times.
Whoa.
Who could have done it?
That is precisely what I would like you to help us determine, Louis. Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening. You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
That's correct.
Do you know what she wanted to see you about, by any chance?
Mm. Hmm.
She seemed upset about something. I thought she was under the influence of alcohol, but we didn't really speak.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
I thought it could wait until tomorrow.
Apparently not.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that
Uh-oh.
this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation
Oh, my hair.
of the conference, but the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I
Yeah.
trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Well.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi, so I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Right.
Hmm.
I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Oh. It's just got a lot more interesting. Hmm. Oh, I hate it. I hate moving with the mouse. It's terrible.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Has to be this, right? Oh, come on. Whoop. You're really gonna do this to me, huh? Ca- I don't know. Oh, it's gonna take me forever. Hmm. Ease. I don't know.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Oh. No way. I cannot believe I guessed that. Zeus. I did it. Go me.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could
What's
such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble. It's probably nothing.
Hmm.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say that.
Well, how would they? It's the 1700s. That's just nonsense.
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Perry. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't
Classic
worry.
bait and
We will know as soon as
switch. God, I have to, Oh, the desktop audio is on the wrong thing. I just realized. Lol. Oopsie. Well, dang. Now it's gonna be so loud. Okay. Hopefully that won't be, it'll be reasonable. Wait, I was going this way. What you reading there? What you reading there, bruh? Ooh, what's this? Coin? Ooh, key with an occult water symbol. Okay, nice. I like keys. They open things. Okay, so I get to search like everyone's room now, I guess? That's interesting. I think my mom's like a bad guy somehow. It's the council, and it's interesting. It's like so this island that you're on, I guess, it's kind of like Disco Elysium in my opinion, but like well, not top down, but like I don't know how to explain it, man. You're on this island, and there's all these like super famous people in the 1700s, and then so you have like George Washington, Bonaparte, just all kinds of like super famous people right now, and like so. I mean, I'm kind of spoiling it, obviously, as I'm playing it, but like, so I'm at episode 2 now, and apparently there's been a murder, and that girl was like absolutely nutty. You'll see if I go into her room why I say that, but apparently she was violently murdered, and I'm supposed to figure out what happened, and my mom is still missing. So like, the Mortimer, the lead guy, like wants me to. I guess he gave me like lead detective, and all the people agreed to let me search the room. So I'm like, huh, interesting. Let me find them rooms though. Where are they at? Ooh, give me
A
that.
few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Nice. I think aren't there rooms like on this? Yeah. So who's this?
So Jacques Perru?
Okay, he said specifically like I should look in this guy's room too. So it's like a mystery game too. I like these types of games. So like, okay, he's gonna confront me, I think.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
Yeah, this
And
guy's
have you got anything to tell me?
not very
Doesn't
nice.
matter. It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
What?
It's never too late, sir.
Okay.
If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit?
Okay, so
what is it that's
so
already
like
written? I'm not
Elizabeth
sure I follow
Adams,
you.
No.
like John
We
Adams' daughter is the one that died, I guess. Which is the current vice president to George Washington.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
I mean, different time, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's like 1700s, jeez. Like, what the heck?
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy.
Ah,
You weren't
his
expecting
immunity
me
is
to do
questioning.
all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
That sucks. Okay, wait, hold on. I can. Wait, what? Ah, my controller died. What's up? Yeah, my controller died. I was like, what is happening? Okay, let me. Good thing I didn't need to do an action there or something. Like, I don't want to ask him this because I think he's just gonna like punch me, but I kind of feel like I have to get him worked up for some reason. I don't know. I'm scared to do this one. Whatever.
2
Let's
days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams.
Yeah.
What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away.
You don't like me.
You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Deriche?
Didn't you get enough beating her
I'm
black
sorry.
and blue the last time?
I did not!
I'm so sorry.
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes,
Oh, he's
I
letting
was
some
there.
little
Yes,
secrets slip
I
out.
walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
No! Oh my god. Why did I talk to him right off the bat? I hate when I do stuff like that. That's the worst part about this game. You have to be really vigilant about like where you walk and stuff, because if you queue something up on accident, because I guarantee you I'm gonna get points deducted now because I didn't search the room entirely. Well, oh well.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay, that really sucks. I wanted to see what was in his room. I thought I could like back out, but I was afraid if I backed out, it said I'm finished, so I think it wouldn't have let me back in to the conversation, which is unfortunate.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? The Battle of Alexander Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King
Wait,
Daud,
so
my
like-
dear son. I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son.
I think I get what's
You hold
going
our
on.
destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
Dang, I really wish I would have searched that guy's room.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
His immunity is conviction. Okay. I think I looked over here already, right? Didn't I?
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room?
I've already
And he
been
gets
in his
victory
room, I
after
think.
victory?
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room.
Detective.
Can you tell me
I'm a
what you were
detective.
doing
A
exactly, please?
detective.
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already. Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Yeah,
Well,
tell me who.
There were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah,
Okay.
and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Okay.
What time did the game end?
I can't say
Seems like
exactly.
you said 10:30 or
As for
something.
me, I must have stayed until midnight. I
Ah.
was exhausted, couldn't think straight.
So those
So I
guys.
preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to
Well-
bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was
Oh, my
sound
hair's
asleep.
getting on my nerves.
Not really. No.
Dick. Just throw it up over, you know? That works, right? Screw it. Just throw it everywhere. Okay, I think there's nothing else I can assume.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly.
Monsieur?
Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Have we finished, monsieur? Oh, I wish I would have checked that guy's room better. I'll probably redo it. Just because I'm too curious and I want to see. Let's see what's in there. Oh, always get turned around. Which way did I go? Carnage.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Emily. Hey, girl.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Aha.
Dear E, I received your
E.
last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Dear
lie.
E.
Oh. I want to start this over because I'm sorry, but I really want to see what's in his room. Yeah, I didn't realize if I talked to him, it would like cancel me out. Wait, no. No. Wait, I thought you could episode select, right? Oh yeah, hold that. Just give me it back. Oh yeah, see episodes. Yeah, I'm just gonna start it over.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost.
Yeah, by the way,
to
I
find
missed
your
the
mother
I
as
missed
quickly
the
as
"Am I the
possible.
murderer" comment,
Without
by
your
the way,
mother,
and I have no
hundreds
clue,
of men
honestly.
of the cloth
I've only
are
played the
gone to
first
guillotine.
thing.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe
On my
your
controller.
mother capable of torturing a child?
My good sir.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
I was like, wait, is that different than what I did last time? I was confused. Yeah, I want this one and this one, I guess. Start. Oh. I didn't even see that. Wait, what? Oh my god, I gotta fix my hair. It's driving me nuts.
At last, we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Stay.
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize.
Like, why do they even make
wholeheartedly.
product if it doesn't
I
work?
made you cross the seas,
I'm
and
just
I
kidding,
wasn't
my
even
hair's
here
too
to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may be some new developments.
Oh, I
don't
think
know
you're talking
if
about
they
the
are linked
flashback.
to your mother. We have found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered, stabbed several times.
I can't believe it. We bumped into each other last night on our way to bed.
Yes, I know. Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening. You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
That's correct.
Sorry.
Do you know what she wanted to see you about, by any
Sorry.
chance?
Sorry you died.
Not in the least.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
I thought it could wait until tomorrow.
Apparently
You know, I
not.
tried helping her before, and it turned out
Louis,
really bad.
I
I'm
shan't
just gonna
hide the
say
fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I
Just
cannot
wanna- just
risk
wanna put that out
upsetting
there.
the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests,
Whoops.
and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen,
Did she?
find out who could have committed this murder.
Because I don't know
refuse
about
to
it.
believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime.
Give me some actions
Elizabeth was
so I can miss them all.
attacked in her room.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Okay, Mortimer.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting.
But yeah, I want to go in this guy's room this time and
Louis,
not be a big dum-dum.
You've got
and,
permission
like,
to
actually
search
look
through
around.
the guests' room.
So I need to search the room
They
first
will be
and then talk
notified
to
when
him.
they agree.
So I don't screw myself. I know. Oh, I have to do the Zeus puzzle thing again. Where to go? It's in this room. Dang it. It's so annoying. I have to do that again. But it has Amber in it, which is so good.
Which four-letter word
least I
could
know what it
open
is
this
now.
chest?
It's freaking Zeus. I was like, there's no way it could be a Z, right? And then I was like, wait. But maybe that's what they want you to think. And sure enough. Boom. Because everyone's like, why would they even put a Z there? You can't make a four-letter word with a Z. How did he even do that? Oh, see, I didn't even realize he was over there. Maybe I should. Can I talk to him again? Can I like go behind him? Do these guys kill me if I go near them?
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
see this the other time. How did I miss this part? Mortimer, you crazy. Give me that. I need that royal jelly. Okay. Do I have to like actually walk around? I feel like this is just very rude.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
Oh my god,
I'm
please
listening,
don't tell me I just screwed that up really bad. Oh, whew.
I'll be in touch as soon as I have any more information.
Oh my god. I thought I was gonna ruin it. I was like, no, why? Why did I talk to him? Okay, let's see. I have to talk to him.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you
Gonna
notice
find out.
anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around
Bonaparte.
near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say.
I couldn't say.
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Okay. Done. What is that, a coin? Oh no, that's the water symbol thing I got.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Okay, keep getting lost, turn around. Okay, here we go. Wait. Down the stairs, please? Thank you. Jeez. Please go down the stairs. Okay, now this time, I'm not gonna be big dummy. Hey, can't go in there. Where's Peru's room or whatever?
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia. Sir Jacques Peru?
Okay, here we go, here we go. Watch it be literally, it's just literally nothing. Because this probably is a bait and switch since he had like an altercation with her. So this probably has nothing to do with that.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell
So
me?
mean, man.
What does it matter?
I mean,
It's
so
too
mean
late
to me.
anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Yeah, just give me your stuff. I'm just gonna lockpick it, so take your stuff, thank you. Ooh, some letters, eh?
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long... All right. I've retrieved everything.
He's helping an orphanage. What? Are you telling me he's a bad guy? Oh, I guess this one doesn't have a voice. I don't know if we shall meet again at this point in time. I'm a prisoner snared by my own decisions. You must be protected. My future is lost without you. You can still be saved, no matter how much bitterness you hold against me. You must know that I made a pact with the devil, who I thought I could master. I thought I knew the monsters, but what I did for France is nothing compared to what they are capable of doing. Now I can't see any way out. The jaws are closing up upon me. I love you now and forever. What, bro? Excuse me? Okay, yeah, like I said, when I get to Elizabeth's room, you'll yeah. I think I'm sorry. I think I already kind of know, like, the gist of what happened.
Great. Honey.
Nice, I need more. I need some royal honey. Hey. Come away.
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room
Can't go out there.
is not that bad.
Can I go out here? Oh, no, that's just a drop to your death. What's
Dear
this?
friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible.
A frigate?
I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
I don't even know what that is. Tentacle where a frigate will be waiting for you. Okay, I don't know what that is. Too many old-timey words I can't understand. Whoa. Whoa, what is that for? Hey. What's that for, bruh? Come on now. That's not funny. Why are you doing that to people? How is he doing that? Ooh, I see a book, maybe? Yes? Nice. Give me that.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Yeah, his vulnerability is psychology. Cool.
Dear Monsieur All right. I've retrieved everything.
See, I think I just have to... psychological him up. And
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
but I did need those items.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting. all right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. Two days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away.
Rude.
You think you're Investigator of the Year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Deriche?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stopped treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
Okay, so he was at... He's not the one who did it, but he was there. Okay.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
I think he's completely innocent, honestly.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to...
Okay. I read that.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried.
Aw.
What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Were you able to recognize the prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
Excuse me for insisting, but if you saw him or her, I'm sure you would have more information than that. It's just that you don't think it can be of help to me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Was it a woman, for instance? Bearing in mind that all the women here wear whalebone dresses, which is rather noticeable.
A man, I should say. I don't recall seeing the silhouette of the dress.
You see, you saw many things, in fact.
Hang on. Laissez-moi réfléchir. Let me think a minute.
A wig? His height? The sound of his footsteps, maybe.
Ah, his height. Oui, somewhat imposing. A tall man, and straight. As for the rest, I don't know, Monsieur de Richet.
Not to worry.
It's that
It's already quite a
freaking
lot.
dude.
Thank you for everything. I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Let me out of here. Alright, who's next, bitches? What's that? Maybe I didn't open that. Oh wait, did I miss one? Uh-oh. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hello, hello. Wait, okay, no I didn't.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ooh, see I haven't... Wait, what? Why can't I...
Duke Manuel
Hello?
Godoy.
Why can't I go in his room? What's up with that?
Huh, that's me.
That's my room. I can't go into Godoy for some reason.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
I can't go in his room either? Seriously? These are like the higher ups.
President George Washington.
I think his I can go in, right? Yeah. So it's only the guests? I guess Piaggi and stuff lives here. Nice. Look where I'm going. Mr. George Washington. Let me see what he's writing.
Looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Dang it. I still can't do it. Dang it.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage.
Oh no, this is where everyone
Standing
learns
reluctance
that
of
we're
playing with
corrupt.
fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
Hey Georgie, you look so nice, but I ain't too sure now.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry.
Don't
It's
want to
this
waste too many of my
rotten
points.
Toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly.
Oh, conflicting
Emily
stories.
stopped by in the middle of the night. You can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything
No,
whatsoever to do with
dude.
Elizabeth?
Are you
Not at all, Louis.
No.
A business matter.
Bruh.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. Well, you couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
My mommy.
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened, and I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry, countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her. It would appear that she wasn't invited to the conference.
That doesn't surprise me. The poor girl was in no way concerned by our business, and she had no political clout.
So, I don't understand why Sir Gregory invited her during the conference of his good friend Lord Mortimer. He must have realized that he wouldn't have much time to grant her. Preparing a conference does not seem an easy task. On the evening of our arrival, Lord Mortimer didn't even welcome us, what with his being so busy and all.
Yes, you're right, Louis. I didn't think of that. It is indeed rather surprising. The easiest thing to do is simply ask him, you know.
Of course. I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Georgie. Thanks for all that info. Because you just showed me that there was a conflicting story. Because what's his face said?
The map of Vermont.
Because what's his face? The priest or whatever he is said that George was in the card game. Right? No one said anything about Holmes yet. But George is saying he was in there reading now. Wait, why is... Who is this? Oh, that's Willow or whatever his name is. Or Gallo or Willem Dafoe, maybe. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what's messed up, man. I don't know if I can even show that. Well.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Knocked over bottle of wine. I know that smell. It's laudanum. It must have been mixed with the wine directly in the bottle.
That's not graphic. Shield your eyes, kids. Not graphic at all.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life. Symbol of Masons? What's that doing here? She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols
Illuminati
like this at
confirmed.
her age, unless her mother was a tutor. I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. The wounds are clean and look like they've been inflicted by a sharp object. Some of the lacerations have damaged vital organs, the heart, the right lung, which is perforated. Most of them weren't given with much force. She might even have survived.
I don't want to look
But
at
the
cut
scar
out
in the
body
heart,
anymore.
though not all that deep, sealed her fate.
Oh my god, are you gonna make me examine
See no
every
sign
part?
of bruising on the skull? The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she
Craniectomy.
went through all that.
Because that's the thing.
That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations. She bled from the nose. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
Oh.
What a strange smell.
Ew, dude. Why you gotta do that?
Her breath smells of alcohol and of laudanum. People use it to relieve pain. No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. No marks or bruising around
I really
the
hope,
wrists.
I think
Doesn't look like
I
she was tied
think
up
I know
or
what
held
happened,
by
but I don't
force.
want to believe it because the characters involved in it are like, it's like, whoa. think that's all I have left, right?
Blood,
Freaking
but
legs.
no trace of blows on the legs.
Oh my god, really?
Let's see.
I'm canceled. Dude,
No
look,
trace of
I think it's
sexual assault
George
or
because
rape.
they want you to trust him, but in reality, I don't know. Like he defends her a lot, you know,
More tattoos.
and it's like
Look
his
at those on
vice
the rest of her
president's
body.
daughter. You see, so like your character is from France though, and you're all in this thing called the Golden Order together, like as a world thing. So like George Washington, and then the main character's mother, and then you as the main character. You're in this thing called the Golden Order, quote unquote. But yeah, so like I don't know. I feel like they tried to do this bait and switch thing where they like I already looked at that. Like they're trying to make it look like
The handprint on the handle is really small.
I already did
can't
that. They're
imagine
trying to
a
make it
man would
look
try
like
that
as if obviously
from a
you would want to
woman's
root
hand.
for George, but your main character is actually French, so it's like it would also make sense why he ends up
Knocked
not
over a
being a
bottle
good
of
character, I
wine.
guess. But I hope it's not Georgie. Okay, I think I pretty much analyzed everything, right? Except for the blood pool, maybe? It's like a lot of blood. Ugh. Ugh. It's a lot of blood. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know this was gonna be like this hardcore. I'm not even kidding. Like, I had no clue this was gonna be like this. Jeez. Yeah, let's leave, please. Okay. Let's see what this is over here. I can't see me getting anything else out of that. I'm so glad that's over.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime. That
Interesting.
would clear Emily de facto because she was still with me at the time.
See, that's what's weird, is because okay, so the other dude, I'm trying to think, like the guy he calls your eminence, I forget his name. Wait, no. Yeah, I think it was him that said he was playing cards with George Washington and
Pentagram. What the hell's been going on here?
Emily and stuff. I don't know.
Contrary to what most people believe, the pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil. Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual? Contrary to what most people believe, the pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic
Hit the wrong
creature.
thing.
With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil. I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange.
Oh, I did not realize the freaking guard was watching me. Jesus, so creepy.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
God, I need so much like royal honey or whatever for this one. It's ridiculous.
June 11th, 1791. August 24th. fairly new, I'd say, and judging by the weight of it, fairly light. A tribute engraved on the barrel to the liberators of France.
Please don't be George.
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently. Right. I shall have to find its owner. Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk.
See, I'm telling you,
By the
it's
texture
freaking.
and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. I'm out of stuff. It's so someone left out the balcony, I'm assuming. See, this is what makes me think it's freaking. Wait, because Emily was with me. But if it happened at 3:54 in the. Oh, no, because he said it clears her. But does he know for sure? See, I don't understand. I don't know if he knows. Like.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may
probably
return
missed
whenever
something
need be.
ridiculously
I
easy
shall
or
guard
something.
the door.
Did I miss something ridiculously easy?
Vials of laudanum.
Oh, I did miss something.
Blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Huh. Okay, I did miss that.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out. A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Oh, no wonder. That's why I had such a hard time with her. She's immune to psychology. Yes, I would like to leave the door, please. Please, thank you. Okay, I think I should try to come back and talk to him. I have like no actions left though. What do I need to do? I need to go downstairs. Wait, can I? You little shit.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
You can't go in there either? That's who I wanted to. Dang it. It's like one of the main ones I wanted to check out. Because you just like, never hear about it. It's like a big game of Clue, you know? Just a big old game of Clue. Got just a big old game of Clue going on, guys. No big deal. Okay, more actions.
Sur Jacques Perru?
Okay, I literally went in circles, didn't I? Great.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah, and I don't think he had anything to do with it. And I couldn't do anything about the woman's
Duchess
cloth.
Emily Hillsborough.
Hey, Emily. How's it going, girl?
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated.
Keep me abreast.
Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
Okay, so she just called my mom
Ladies
a friend.
Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave
Interesting.
family, in an effort to find them a husband. Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least, une partie of it. A letter from William the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
Criminal regiment immigrant royals to the fight against France. Your friend. Oh. Oh. It's. Wait. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Please tell me it's not like. So, wait. Was Emily distracting me so Elizabeth could get killed by Washington and Piaggi? That's what it
Two
seems
coils
like.
circle the lock.
She really has that locked up tight, I guess.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months.
Oh.
From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely,
ASMR, you know what I'm saying?
William Pitt, Count of Chatham.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act. Don't you
Mortimer's
He is
mortified.
indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
think? Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
It's gonna be my mommy.
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Man, I can't.
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
She's a harlot.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Yeah, but see, I can't go in here, right? Yeah, why can't I check like certain people's rooms? I thought I could check every single guest. What's the point of me checking guests if I can't check every single one?
Huh, that's me.
Yep, sure is. Sure. Oh man. See, and I never talked to him yet, so I want to.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
I'd have thought this is not really the shortest way to get to your suite.
Yes, I wasn't really looking where I was going. I shall
look
leave you now,
suspicious.
sir. I will return to my room.
Wait, so now is he in his room?
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Ah, he is in here now.
The alchemist is a young man.
Uh-oh. Alchemy. My mom's in the occult.
The signs of the zodiac.
Bro. He's part of this shit.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
I don't know. Well, when the glass lid or what? That was on the second one. Oops. Is it like Leon, maybe? I swear if it's Zeus again. Just everything's Zeus. No. I don't know. Help. Help me. I don't know, man. Oh, wait. This one's tough. Okay, I maybe? I don't know. If no. Okay, let's just change them all to the vowels. Or a vowel. I don't know, man. Okay. L-I. I don't know what it is. Limga. I don't know, I thought it was maybe a disease or something. I don't know. Zipa. Okay, I can't do this any longer. me see what I got out. Oh, okay. Guess I just can't interact with it. Never mind. My bad.
Amber Chris, the alchemist is an old man. The alchemist is an old man.
What can I do for you, Riche?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was
I'm gonna have a hard time questioning him
Thank you,
because I have
Frank.
no energy. Wait, that was it?
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Oh, can't read that? Okay.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult. Golden elixir.
Oh, there was some honey in there. There was some honey in here. Oh, what's that? Another coin? So they're pretty much saying the woman is a killer, or there is a woman, or, oh my goodness, can't speak English. That for sure a woman is the killer, but I don't know like how accurate that is, honestly. So like if that really means anything, I don't know. Okay, I think I've literally made my rounds, and that's like about all I can do. So let's see how terribly I did, basically. First of all,
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear.
did I
Do
do
you know
this?
why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk
Yeah, it's
to
weird. I
Monsieur
did that
Hay.
already. I did that.
You remember
This
how
dialogue already.
violently
I
he
think that was
set
a
upon
glitch.
Miss
Oopsie.
Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Whoops. Can I sit down, boy?
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Really?
Will you remind me of the facts we already know about?
Elizabeth Adams was killed last night, but Piaggi was with Holmendai until late at night. As for Bonaparte and Washington, they left us after midnight, both tired.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis? All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This is a very, very
It's-
serious accusation.
Because. Yeah.
From what I've found out, I believe that my mother is the culprit. Even though I find it hard to accept.
Sarah? But why her?
I found out that there was a long history between Elizabeth and my mother. She had been her
I think it's
personal
mommy.
doctor and had tortured her throughout her childhood.
I think it's mommy, unfortunately.
So she
My
could have
own
tried
mommy.
to silence Elizabeth so the truth wouldn't get out and damage her reputation. Well, it's possible. Have you anything else?
But if I'm wrong, this could be really bad.
I
so we'll
think
see.
that there's more than enough evidence here.
Indeed, it's very worrying. Everything seems to indicate that your mother is responsible for Elizabeth's murder. Given the distinguished guests and the political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way.
Now that we've examined the question from all sides, maybe you could explain to me why you asked me here, my lord.
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
I mean, I guess technically the
I'd
mouse.
like to answer the cat, but unfortunately I'm increasingly worried that she's in fact the mouse.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my
Okay,
mother intend to
starting to
finance
think I
a
messed
war?
up.
I'm not sure that I follow.
But I don't
No,
see how
your
it could
mother's
have
aim
been.
was not so much to
It was either
partake
my
in
mom
war,
or Elizabeth
but
did it
rather
herself.
to make Monsieur Bonaparte
But
accountable.
I just don't
France is in turmoil,
think that's what happened.
and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference,
if you play the game
would
yourself
you
and interact
do me
with
the
her,
great
yeah,
honor of attending?
very.
If only
She's
to follow
very
the
stable, let me tell
deliberations
you.
while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not?
There's no sarcasm.
We
at
shall
all.
see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what he said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me
Like, let alone the
official
room.
reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
But so like so you gotta remember too. This is in like the 1700s. So the main character's mother, my character, was her like doctor in the 1700s, trying to rid her of this evil. So I'm sure you can imagine. I mean, yeah, just the torture that she went through, and then like on top of that. I think there's a part that I didn't show in the first part where George Washington is trying to tell you basically that like the findings he found about the stuff that he did to the vice president's daughter or whatever is like, he's like, I can't look at it any other way than torture or something like that. But you guys didn't get to see that part because it was in the very beginning of it. Okay, so there's an off-the-record reason why your mother came here. She was looking for a buyer. Okay, fine.
She was looking for someone.
What do you mean?
In Paris, we were working on a smuggling case to do with occult objects. We had just
I do
arrested a
remember.
dealer who intended to go to you to meet a buyer. My mother was here to find out to whom he intended to sell his stolen treasure.
Oh. What was the name of your dealer?
It's Von Borchert, right? Yeah, Von Borchert. A Germanic name, I believe. Yeah, Von
The
Borchert.
dealer was called von Burchard. As for the buyer,
I think that
he
was
was
the
a
right
known
one.
guy.
Those two of them are like so close together.
No, I don't know anything about that. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she's wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Bohler, and myself.
How did my mother and Duchess Hillsborough get on?
Oh, very well, I believe. They spent a lot of time together. Without wanting to exaggerate, I rather got the impression that Emily reminded your mother of herself when she was young. The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed
Lies.
changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
Tell me. Tell me about her disappearance.
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the
Poor
beginning.
Lily.
What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
Yeah, I really don't know who
I
did
shall
it.
stay
Honestly,
on her trail
I think
and follow up any leads.
I do think
Thank
she
you.
did it because
We will meet
I don't know.
later on to
I'm unsure.
welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
it's the only reason it's weird that like if she did do it herself is because when you would run into her, she would talk so much
The room
about
is
like
just opposite Mortimer's study.
she would talk so much about how she was like trying to escape, not well, I mean, even when you examine the body, it was like this, she's not trying to she had other scrapes and scars, and it was saying stuff like, well, she's not trying to like end her life or whatever, she was just she had like lacerations and stuff like that. I don't know, so I definitely don't I don't really think she did it to herself, but I'm honestly at this point I'm not sure though. What's weird is there's a contradiction with the George Washington's alibi though, because the Piaggi or whatever, I think, right? He literally says that Washington was playing cards. And then you go and talk to Washington and he said he just read in his room all night. So it's a little strange. I don't know what that means though. But why he's so someone's lying, obviously. I just don't know who. Go to the tower room. Is that up here? Where is the tower room? Is this the tower room? Okay. Yes, I need more royal jelly badge. Give me that royal jelly.
Dante's paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortar world must ripen in our rays.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus
Got him.
Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles
Man,
to
my
the
nose.
Galatians,
Look at
the
that nose.
Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors, too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Okay. Look carefully now. Oh.
What is this disc? Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Yeah, take it. Why not? Don't know what that means, but alright.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
I feel like I'm missing something, though. I don't feel like I found any sort of breakthrough or something. It's supposed to... Maybe I'm just not supposed to, really. I don't know.
The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. Open sesame. It's open.
Oh, what's in here?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Okay, that's gonna be tough to open, I guess.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Rini. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
I'm learning all kinds of culture.
The New Testament. And it came to pass in those days that
Really?
Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John in Jordan. This volume dates from the first edition of Gutenberg. It's the first book that was
Gutenberg.
ever printed. The pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible. This book is incredibly precious. I guess I'll just come back later. St. John is known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Well, we often give credit to St. John for having written about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible. It's St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
Okay.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Wonder whose room this was, to be honest. Can't go out at all, right? Oh.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean? St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe? So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean,
It just
a
wrote
connection with the
connections
figure,
with an
maybe?
X. Yeah. Wait, can I not leave? What's going on? I can't leave?
Dante's Paradise. Raise your...
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is on to us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be?
Oh, who had the sword? Was
Who
it
could she
Bonaparte?
be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there. I guess I'll just come back later.
How do I get out of this room?
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by
Oh, I
Guido
did not mean
Reni.
to hit that twice.
Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
I seriously not found all the clues, bro? Oh,
Amber crystals.
nice. How have I not found everything yet? I mean, there's that, but I can't open it, so...
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings.
contrary to the other apostles. How come?
Well, I'm missing something in here for sure. I think.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be
Like
reassured.
literally everything, though,
For
I
what comes
think.
up here from the mortal world
Hmm.
must ripen in our rays.
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Oh my god, I'm seriously gonna have to go through like every Bible verse on that thing.
And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that
Hold
she
on.
should be
Here,
delivered.
wait a sec. was gone for a while, but okay, let me see. So like my look, my view count's like really off because I'm multi-streaming, but I want to say something real quick. Look, I don't know. A lot of the news is trying to. I don't even know if I can say this. I might get in trouble or something, whatever. But a lot of the news is not covering what's happening down here, and I'm just gonna try to keep it vague. But for whoever is watching, because I can't tell honestly, the views they're like fluctuating so much. But for anyone that doesn't know, there are quite a few people still missing. Cajun Navy needs help. If you go to my gaming page, facebook.com/sexlergaming, I'm pretty sure, or just go to their Facebook page or something. Like, you don't have to donate through me. Just, like, they actually genuinely need help because, see, this is what I'm scared to say, but whatever. The Coast Guard's not really helping them. So, just anyone who's listening, like, you know, seriously, if you can help them out. I don't know. Anyways, it is a really tragic situation, honestly. Okay, let's see.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John in Jordan. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet. And he became very hungry, and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him.
Uh-oh.
Allay suspicion.
I told you something's weird about him.
See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that? I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Okay, that's apparently what I was looking for. Damn. guess that'll work. Wow, a lot of manuscripts now. Let's see, 1 point in logic, etiquette. I think I just went for logic, right? Yeah. Politics, conviction, questioning, erudition, occultism, linguistics.
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon.
You are expected in the small salon, sir. You are expected in the small salon, sir.
Dang it. Want stuff. Want stuff from me.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis? About last night, I'm guessing.
Sadly, no. Even if I'd like to have, alas. There are more pressing matters. I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
Must have been Emma I saw in my vision. I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay. If Mother's really killed her sister, I'd better find her by myself. They say they spent a lot of time together. They got along well.
Oh, really? Do you think your mother liked Duchess Hillsborough?
Of course she did. After all, she's your sister. Well, we'll find them, Emily. Trust me. Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Uh-oh. Let's spice
Emily,
it up.
there's something else.
Go on, then.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book, so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. You're very kind. It means a lot to me. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see.
We'll speak about it later, somewhere safe.
Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest. But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know just yet. I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined.
What?
Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before.
How dare they?
Oh, dear.
Oh,
As if
shit.
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous. Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you.
Yep, that's my mic.
Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you too. Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
Hear you speak, it sounds like you and my mother were close.
Let's say I hold your mother in high esteem, yes. We were even planning to work together.
That's what he was getting at.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
The cat's out of the bag now. More or less, but please do refresh my memory.
Yes, of course. Nothing of great importance in itself. During one of our discussions, she spoke of an old book, which might have been of interest to me, and she had agreed to let me have it.
A book about what?
Ancient occultism. As you are aware, I am a doctor of theology. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
The least one can say is that he doesn't beat around the bush. Sarah never travels without a few books. What does the one you're looking for look like exactly?
It resembles a grimoire. It's divided into 7 parts, each one individually locked. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. It's a unique copy.
Kitty cam.
There's only one.
The mere mention of it makes his face light up. Well, I'll take a closer look, but I can't promise you anything. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchet in Paris. Do you know him?
The name doesn't mean anything to me, I'm sorry to say.
He's an expert in occult objects and books, and your mother said she knew him. Are you sure his name doesn't ring a bell?
Let me think.
I shan't keep you, Monsieur de Richet.
All right then. Thank you.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon. I must go now. I'll see you later.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Does expression "go beyond the nightmare" mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
Damn it. Listen. Listen. Okay.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
Meaning?
This gentleman enjoys people talking about him for too many reasons. His undeserved titles, more than 10 in just 4 years, and each one more prestigious than the one before.
You don't think he deserves them?
If I had seen him on the battlefield, there might be some doubt. But that is not the case. The Queen would rather not risk losing him, so she consoles him with awards and titles.
So you don't have a very positive opinion?
His coveting French Catalonia does not encourage me to have one.
I understand your point of view. Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
I just don't know. Kitty. Psst. Hey. Psst. Can't take it with you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Psst. Oh my god, my cat. Please. Why don't you understand? I just tried to jump. That's good.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir.
Give me your
I
books.
took it to restore.
Cat? You having fun? You having fun, Buzzer?
What do you want, Louis?
I have a question that might seem a bit strange, but
Go on.
if I said go beyond the nightmare, would that mean anything to you?
No, means nothing to me. Do you mean literally or figuratively speaking?
In the figurative sense, probably. I'm trying to understand what it refers to.
Well, if I come up with anything, I'll let you know.
What do you think of our last guest?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
The Queen of Spain likes to indiscreetly say, the King, Godoy, and myself make up the Holy Trinity. The people have appropriately renamed them the Goat, the Ruffian, and the Whore.
I didn't see you being a mudslinger in your idle hours, I must say.
Emily, what can you tell me about the coming conference?
Sir Gregory and Lord Mortimer organize this kind of high society meeting every so often in order to consider the world situation.
But to what purpose?
Well, by bringing together the most influential people from the dominant nations of the modern world, they allow the mighty to discuss matters with calm clarity. There are precedents of armistices being signed at the end of these talks, you know. Talking while holding a glass of brandy makes things easier. You'll see. You're leaving me?
Unfortunately, I have things to do. Thank you again, madam. Jacques Peru? Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
Can't even go into my own room? What is this? Let me in.
President George Washington.
Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, stop. Okay. What's it? Crazy cat.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid. There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Oh my god, cat.
The song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. Ah, François Ier. Amber. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples.
I still can't go in the courtyard.
Celia. That name means nothing to me. Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical. Actress, the Miller Brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it. Hearsay. Hearsay.
Ah, Louis. Just a man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Your Eminence, I haven't been following the case. I'm sure that the Order did everything in its power. Unfortunately, you know the situation in Paris, and, well, it's chaotic at best. Anything can happen in those revolutionary tribunals.
The king is the official representative of God on earth, my son.
Your Eminence, France has become a secular state. The king was just another citizen to them. He refused to admit his errors, looked down upon them, and attempted to escape. What did he expect?
France has lost all reason, Louis.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the church. You can believe me.
As to his faith, I have no doubt. However, his ambition seems to surpass his morality, and I hope that it will not sully the crown.
You can say that again. The blue eyes of the latest Infanta, Maria Isabel, have left everyone wondering.
Rumors always accompany men of power, Your Eminence.
Naturally. But the number of awards and titles granted by the Queen during these past 4 years leaves little doubt.
So, Godoy really is this out-and-out rascal who uses his charm on the Queen. If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Think of a place and tell me the first thing that comes into your mind when I say the nightmare.
Let me think. I'd say Lord Mortimer's favorite painting on the wall behind his desk. You know, that painting caused quite a stir when it was exhibited. It is titled The Nightmare, and it shows a woman lying down with a creature sitting on her, and in the background, a horse. I don't know if it will be of any help, but I can't think of anything else.
You never know. Thank you for that, though, Your Eminence. I gotta go and see it just in case, though. I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Tell me.
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
What are you doing?
He's stalking me.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
What do you mean?
The situation is ready to explode with France over Catalonia.
Well, the Duke must have a darn good reason to be absent and come here, mustn't he?
When Lord Mortimer invites you, Louis, you come. It's always in your best interest.
I wouldn't say that personally, but... Mr. President, can you tell me a little more about the coming conference?
Of course, Louis. That's why we're here. Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory regularly organize meetings like this to put forward major projects.
What do you mean by major projects?
I'd prefer to let Lord Mortimer explain that to you, Louis. Let's say he brings together influential people in order to consider possible actions to undertake to guarantee the future of nations.
Do you know the theme of the conference?
Not in the slightest. None of the guests know the theme before arriving. But you'll see, everything will turn out fine. Don't worry.
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend.
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms. So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare? Let's take a closer look. Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans, the chocolate of the Mayas. The rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac. When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals. Now, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. As if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Might come in handy. The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere. The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
bit of something else for a little bit. And, yeah.
The nightmare painted by...
Okay, please, before I go, like I said, anybody, if you can, even if you don't donate through me, even if you just like share their stuff, like Cajun Navy, whatever, they need your help. Please, seriously, look into it. I would appreciate it. Follow my stuff if you want to, whatever. But more importantly,